carry water, chopping wood, grow a garden, canning goods, in a cabin in the woods. We're just a bit misunderstood. Appalachian Renaissance. Stamp your feet and do the dance. Plant a seed and take a chance on this Appalachian Renaissance.
Deep in the heart of north central West Virginia sits a family farm where the story of food comes to life. And nearby in the town of Elkins, it's Market, with an eclectic collection of real food shoppers sharing their tales, recipes, and music. Hi, I'm your host, Hillbilly Graham, and this is Charm Life.
Making art or making hay, Appalachian Renaissance. Stamp your feet and do the dance.
So glad to have you back for episode 2 of Charm Life. In the opener, we learned how Mike's experiences in Washington and New York State blended with the traditional farming approach back home in West Virginia, and Leah had her hands full with their sons Stashi and Gilly and a whole herd of farm campers. In today's episode, Hillbilly Graham has a wary mother to sell on the whole podcast thing, and Cashier Maggie starts the store tour. Jane Birdsong is our first musical guest, and we learn how West Virginia's favorite snack meat is made. All that and more right here on Charm Life.
She is a majority.
Yeah, she is the majority.
She is the big boss.
Yeah. Oh man, should I be talking to her about all these things? Yeah.
With our pilot dropped, I headed out Georgetown Road along the Tigert River and caught up with Mike's mother, Pam, mowing a little strip of grass near the house, the last patch not being fed to the cows. My mission? Persuade her that getting more people interested in producing real food is not only worthwhile, but critical, and our podcast could help spread the word.
Who wants to be a farmer these days? Who wants to work 7 days a week? Morning till night, wintertime. I mean, the only time we go on vacation is if there's a sawmill auction somewhere.
Well, I think there's going to be some disenfranchised Xers, some burnout millennials. Look, hey, I'm a retired boomer, and I'm interested. It's true. After 35 years of practicing medicine as a family doctor in Elkins and urgent care in Pittsburgh, I arrived at my Hippocratic expiration date. As a podcasting grocer now, advocating for real food is my chance to make a difference. Rightly, Pam asked about my qualifications to do a podcast. My 2000s-era experience broadcasting the Elkins Lady Tigers state soccer title run didn't seem to be landing with Pam, so I leaned on a shared sense of urgency. How many charm farms would it take to feed Elkins, just a town our size? Let's round it up.
4 or 5, maybe.
Okay, so there could legitimately be 5 more charm farms in Elkins, and they would all be busy selling food to the local people. So every town needs, a lot of farmers. Where are they going to learn? I could tell from Pam's expression that last point was resonating. Back to the mowing here. This grass is looking a little shaggy.
Thank you. You're the second person in about 5 minutes that have told me that.
I wasn't sticking around to learn who the other lawn monitor was. I had all the implied consent I needed. I mean, she didn't say we couldn't do it, so I skedaddled back to town. It didn't take long to get an idea for supper. I'm speaking with Matt from Blairsville, who's going to share his oven-roasted pork butt recipe.
Well, to clarify, it is my mother-in-law's recipe. But pork butt, coated in olive oil, salt, pepper, pretty heavy, fat side up into a cast iron skillet, into an oven that's about 500 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes until you really start to get a nice crust on the outside, and then turn the oven down to 200 to 225 and leave that for 8 to 12 hours overnight. Make sure if your oven has an auto off that you disable that, because I've had that happen where the oven turns off after a few hours.
Disappointing the next morning.
Yes. And then just fork tender when it's done. If you want to make some homemade barbecue sauce, I like a vinegar-based sauce.
And just to clarify, since in my almost brisket, it's fat side down and into the oven, you did say fat side up.
Correct. Because then the fat really renders down through the meat as it roasts overnight.
Okay, letting gravity do some render work for you.
Yep.
That sounds delicious. Matt has showed me a picture of this delicacy, and I'm sorry we're not on a YouTube channel or doing smell-o-vision, but it looks delicious. I checked with Mike. Turns out Matt's mother-in-law has been roasting meat in the preferred orientation. I think I'm going to let it go with my 90-year-old Oma. For those still buying meat in corporate grocery stores, you know it comes in a white styrofoam tray wrapped tightly in clear plastic. This tidy presentation de-emphasizes the necessary butchering process. Omnivores need to consider that animals can be butchered in crowded, deplorable conditions causing animal stress, or humanely by local people you know and trust. Pam sums it up beautifully, and Mike closes the loop on the pasture-to-table process.
It's a charming place. All the animals have a charming life except one day out of their whole lifetime, and they live a charmed life, and so do we.
Tell me a little bit about Campbell's Market. You know, here in the Beverly area where your farm is, you know, Campbell's was always synonymous with high-quality meat, and there's been a melding of sorts of Charm Farm and Campbell's in some way.
Yeah. As a boy, I always sold eggs to them. We were the local eggs, high priced at $3 then, but they've played a big part. I worked with Scott Campbell a couple years ago to learn a little bit about the meat cutting and slaughter side, and then his uncle Dick, who ran Campbell's Market with his brother Ed, they still had an old slaughterhouse, and that's become the kind of the part that people don't see enough of what makes the Charm Farm Market and Butcher what it is that we've got our own slaughterhouse. We don't own it, we rent it from Dick Campbell, but it's a good operation, and it's a critical part of the whole
Full circle.
getting food.
I think it's really neat that you grow the hay, you raise the animals, you slaughter them humanely, and then bring them to market. I mean, I don't know how many other people can say that, honestly. Are you aware of anybody doing all of it?
There's a couple folks scattered throughout the country, and some of them are on a larger scale. Some of them take a more conventional approach to raising animals. But yeah, I think there's only a handful of pasture-based beef and pork that goes from farm to retail.
Think about what Mike said just now. I asked if he knew of other farms doing grass-fed to slaughter to market, and I was kind of thinking around here, or West Virginia even, and he knows of a few around the country. More fodder for deep dietary gratitude here in north central West Virginia. Sometimes, though, things can get a little out of control over this Charm Farm meat. I'm here in the Auxiliary Charm Life studio with Director of Sports Science at Davis and Elkins College, Marianne DeLuca. Marianne, welcome to Charm Life.
Well, thank you. It's wonderful to be here, and I love to come down here to Charm Farm. Try to come down here at least once a week.
Marianne, you were here in July for what started off as a routine shopping trip and quickly morphed into bratwurst hysteria. Tell us what you remember about that day.
Oh my goodness. The bratwurst, the blueberry bratwurst. I had the pleasure of walking up to the meat counter to taste this wonderful bratwurst. It was amazing. It was wonderful. Everybody that I served it to loved it, and I told them where I got it.
You told some friends, and then the next day at 5 after 9, they were here.
Jody Hart, her sister, Jamie Gongolo, Anne Marie Patella, and my neighbor, Chris Fry.
Leah Devine was a fan.
Those blueberry serrano brats, super delish.
Marianne, we sold out of those blueberry serranos that day, and I have to believe you had something to do with it. So thank you from all of us here at the Charm Farm. I'm not sure if there's an applicable grocer's code here, but I saw the supply dwindling and shoved a couple of those packs of brats away for my own upcoming family reunion. Local historian David Turner summed up the scene this way.
It was an old-fashioned porcine maelstrom, what it was.
I'm fortunate enough to be joined in the Charm Life studio with one of the grand matriarchs of the Elkins music scene, Jane Birdsong. Jane, welcome to the show.
Thank you. This is very much an honor for me to play for the Charm Farm podcast.
Jane, I was lucky enough to be at what was dubbed your farewell tour at the Randolph County Community Arts Center. In fact, I was second row. I got a little misty-eyed twice during that show. What song are you going to play for us today?
I'm going to play what's called the Garden Song.
Seems appropriate. Let's hear it.
All right. Inch by inch and row by row, please bless these seeds I sow and keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. I need a place to call my own, for the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Inch by inch and row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch and row by row, please bless these seeds I sow, and keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Plant your rows, short or long, season with a cheerful song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her loving care. Old crow watching from a tree got his hungry eye on me, but in my garden I'm as free as that feathered leaf up there. Inch by inch and row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow, and keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down.
Oh, you rascal, you did it again. I need Kleenex. After Birdsong's beautiful take on the Woody Guthrie classic, I asked her what she felt was so special about our Monongahela National Forest communities.
I guess it means living with the earth, the sky, the mountains, and the waters of this beautiful place. That and the music scene. In my growing up years, I felt like, well, I was reading and I liked the way that indigenous peoples raised their children. It wasn't just two parents, it was like the whole village raised the children. And I thought, that just makes more sense. Here, you look after everyone's children. And it's a community that believe in the same values.
I prodded Jane to characterize those values.
One is centered around the food we eat, because we understand that the food we eat nourishes our bodies. The music we play nourishes our spirit and soul. And then friendships, the friendships we have around those two things, really healthy food, really healthy music. And
that's a recipe I'm down with for the next 40 years.
Right.
Get me to 100.
Yeah.
I'm game. As we were wrapping up, Jane was telling me about her recent work as a naturalist at Holly River State Park near Rock Cave, West Virginia. Home actually to some of my mishbucha, the Hinkles, who got to Germany Valley in the 1700s.
I actually have Hinkles in my family ancestry, too.
Jane, are you saying that we possibly are related?
Somewhere way back.
As I pondered what covered dish Birdsong would be bringing to our family reunion, perhaps her full-bulbed dilly beans, I noticed the clock. Jane, thank you so much for stopping by. It's a quarter to 11. My shift starts here in a few minutes.
Okay.
Got to get that meat case stocked.
Yes, you do.
We don't have any Samsonite luggage. We don't have room here for Boy Hill furniture.
I don't need any of that.
Okay, but you do need some Charm Farm sausages or brats. So
yeah.
Come on downstairs and pick one out, courtesy of Hillbilly Graham. And thank you so much. I'm here with Alfred Samp Lewis, who's known Mike for a long time. Samp, tell us about your relationship with Mike Kwasniewski.
Michael and I got acquainted probably 8 or 9, maybe 10 years ago on the farm there on the back road, on Georgetown Road.
In what capacity?
Michael operated the greenhouses or hoop houses, whatever you want to call them, and I was interested in learning to grow produce and such.
Well, you spent a long career in the industry. Tell us about that a little bit.
I worked 38 and a half years with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, with the agency, the Farm Service Agency.
So you've seen a lot of farmers. What did you think of young Michael?
Michael has extremely great knowledge and works just as hard. I don't know how he ever has accomplished all that he has in such a young age.
Yeah, you know, you hear so much about, young kids, they don't want to work. And Mike himself said he wasn't fond of chores as a young boy, but boy, I'll tell you.
He, with the business that he has right now, he has to be fond of hard work.
So you're a Charm Farm shopper as well. What do you like here at the market, and how do you fix it?
I'm a tomato kind of guy. I love farm fresh tomatoes and bacon, lettuce, tomato, a sandwich on wheat bread with real mayonnaise. It's hard to beat.
Now, your grocer's happy that you went with wheat bread. Now, tell me honestly, you putting a little salt on that sandwich?
Just on the tomato. Just a tad.
Just on the tomato, not on the bacon or the lettuce?
No. Bacon's got plenty of salt.
All right. Hey, thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
I've known Samp for a good many years myself, and reckon we'll be hearing from him on a later episode. Samp has never been known to be short on words. Maybe he'll tell us about that nickname.
This is Niles from Randolph County Humane Society. I'd like to thank Charm Farm very much for the bones, the good people who give them and cut them. It makes the dogs very happy, helps them pass their time. Big smiles, quiet, happy animals. Thank you.
Thanks, Niles, for all you do, too. If your family has room for one of the animals used to Charm Farm bones, we'll do our darndest to keep them going on the best. Time now for Cashier Maggie to follow the meat and produce on its way from pasture and garden to market and shelf. The tour's just gotten started, and already Hillbilly Graham has issues. Why is the door so heavy? This back door is just unusually and ridiculously heavy. What's the deal with the back door here?
I forget what this building used to be, but at one point it was big timber.
That is a farm-sized door if I ever saw one.
Hefty door.
Yes. Turns out Mike's older brother Matt is responsible. He installed the 6-ton doors to accommodate his Big Timber Brewing's fermentation vats.
To our right, we have all of our totes that will eventually make it out to the farm to be refilled with veggies. Here we have all our spices that our elite sausage maker, Kira, uses.
I'm looking at coriander, fennel seed, ground mustard, garlic powder, red pepper. That's just on the front side. There's a whole back side to this rack.
Lots of spices. We've got our small amount of flowers that we've been growing on the farm.
This is the smallest amount of tomatoes I've seen in here in probably about a month. It probably won't last long. I would say when Maddie gets back from the farm today, we will be stocked back full with tomatoes.
Maddie, you'll recall, is our pickle guy and CFO. So you call this the produce receiving area from the farm?
Yeah, this is where we receive it. Sometimes it goes straight into the cooler if it needs to, but the tomatoes stay back here.
I do have to remember last year being inundated with Roma tomatoes. I'm glad to see supply and demand a little more evenly matched this season.
Yes, me too.
I see a pizza oven back there. That could come in handy.
Pizza oven eventually.
This is an important piece of machinery right here. Tell us what this is.
This is our beautiful smoker. Bacon, ham, hot dogs, jerky, meat sticks. Sometimes we'll throw in peppers or tomatoes.
Now, if I recall, that Tuscan chicken sausage had some smoked sun-dried tomatoes.
Yes, it did.
The smoker is a great place to pause the tour, as HG is getting a little hungry and needs a little snack. Let's grab Mike. All right, Butcher Mike, we're at the smoker. We're in West Virginia. Let's make some pepperoni.
Back all the way up, it starts with our beef. And same stuff we use for the burgers and the grind, we use for the pepperoni. And we've developed our own recipe because you can't just buy a pepperoni spice blend. There was a revelation when I was working on that where it is called pepperoni. So I just kept adding more and more pepper. to white pepper, black pepper, paprika, red pepper flakes, and a little bit of starter culture. So we've got our recipe, and we weigh that all out, and that's added into the second grind. So we mix that a bunch until it's like so sticky you could climb a wall with it on your hands.
Don't tell Gilbert; he'll be using it to help him.
He would love it. He would love playing in that. So once it's called developing the bind in the protein.
Heck, I thought we were just getting a topping for our pizza. There's a lot to it.
There's a lot that goes into it, and we're not even out of the grinder yet.
Oh my goodness!
At that point, I usually hand it off to Kira, the casing queen. When they're tied and hung and sealed up, ready to go into the smoker, and the smoker isn't a smoker yet. It's a fermentation chamber. I mentioned that starter culture. This is a fermentation just for half a day. What that does, that culture will multiply, and it lowers the pH of the meat. So as it does that, it will enable a more shelf-stable product when it's finished, but it also imparts a tangy flavor to it. But once that's over, it kicks right in through the full smoke cycle. On that, it's about 2.5 hours, and that transitions over into the cook cycle. Meat will only take on smoke for so long. In our smoker, we can add humidity to keep that exterior moist and permeable too. It's like a cellulose casing. So
we're going to need Bill Guy, the science guy, to do this interview.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't realize there was this much to it, Michael.
That's what I tell folks, that there's a tremendous amount of meat science into all our little snack stick and jerky and all those products. People eat a lot of meat as cured or smoked or fermented, and sometimes they don't even know it.
I never knew I was eating fermented food on my pizza.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, your pepperoni is very red, and I know that there's been a push. The governor's just banned red dye number 40. You didn't throw the stockpile of red dye 40 into your pepperoni, did you?
Yeah, I like to pull the wool over the customer's eyes and give them a curveball every now and then. No, that's a telltale mark of pepperoni, is that color. Yeah, industry uses red dye and the oleo resin of paprika.
Oh, that's what they do. What do we do?
We add a pile of paprika to it. So once the pepperoni comes out of the smoker, it goes through a drying state, like the last step of the pepperoni.
How does it, when some pizzas have those little pepperonis that curl up and get crispy on the end? How do they do that?
The fat that's bound inside the product renders out in the heat of the oven, and that cupping is the shrinkage of losing that fat component in the slice of pepperoni. So if you're lucky, it cups and catches some of that fat.
Hey, to me, that's the mark of a good pepperoni pizza, right there. Well, Mike, we have small batch artisanal pepperoni. I see a bakery being fitted out here right next to me. When are we going to see pepperoni rolls at the Charm Farm?
Soon.
I hope the Charm Farm R&D team settles on a large Mancini-style pepperoni roll like they sell on the Pittsburgh Strip. I mean, every gas station in West Virginia has those little puny ones. We're nearing the end of our time here on Charm Life Episode 2, but not before we hear from our younger shoppers from below the counter. I'm here at the Children's Register with Clara and Nate Renault. Kids, what do you like about coming to the Charm Farm Market?
The play thingy.
Why do you like the play thingy?
Because it's really fun to play with and it has bikes.
It has bikes?
Yeah. And tractors.
Bikes and tractors. Do you think you might like to work at the Charm Farm someday?
I don't know.
What's your favorite food to buy here?
The sweet stuff.
Oh, the pastries from Beelington Bakery?
Yeah.
Next, I caught up with a pint-sized Easy Rider. I'm here with young Huntley, who's riding the scooter at the Charm Farm Market while his parents shop. What do you like so far about the market?
the peaches.
You like the peaches? Did you taste one? What did it taste like?
Sour.
Sour? Are you sure it wasn't sweet?
It was sour.
It was sour, but you liked it anyway? Okay, I can tell you those are the sweetest peaches I ever had, but Huntley says they're sour, and I'm not going to argue with the man on a motorcycle. Next, farm camper Aiden West, who was not too pleased with his younger brother or the craftsmanship of the toy Charm Farm cash register. Were you at farm camp?
Yes.
Tell me what was the most fun thing you did at farm camp?
Cut down flowers.
What was it?
Cut down flowers.
Oh, you cut flowers. You know, we've been selling them here at the market. Did they pay you any coins for cutting the flowers?
Oh, yes.
Which flower was your favorite?
The biggest ones.
The big ones. What color were they?
They were all yellow.
And when they had snack time or lunchtime, what were the snacks at farm camp?
Blueberries.
Ah, yummy.
Why does my brother always like to rip the money out of this?
That's what younger brothers, they're programmed to do. It's genetic. They can't help it. Uh-oh.
I'm trying to get that thing to about to split.
Yeah.
Why does this thing all break?
Made in China. Cheap stuff from China, pretty much. Next time on Charm Life, Maggie continues the store tour, and Clara will be happy as we take a trip down the Tigard River to Belington, West Virginia, and check out the bagel renaissance happening in Barber County. John Merrill is our musical guest, and we get to try maple kombucha? From all of us here at the Charm Farm, thanks for listening, and we'll see you when we do. Charm Life is a production of Hillbilly Graham Presents, who is solely responsible and mostly irresponsible for its contents. There would be less listenable contents without the dogged work of my nephew and Hopkins-educated soundman, Harrison Rosenblum.
Plant a seed and take a chance on this Appalachian Renaissance.
Hey, Uncle Hillbilly, you know how last time on the Pickle Guy CFO segment, you said...
There's a difference between fermenting and pickles.
Yeah, so that popping noise is called a plosive. You got a little too close there. Don't do that.